Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. So guys, today, a little bit different. Today guys, I've got a customer's car in the workshop. We're going to start ripping it apart, stripping it down because she took it to another garage. Another garage tried to charge her $2,500 for another engine, or they will buy the car off her for 200 quid. And she contacted me because, believe it or not, I actually sold her the car a while back, a year and a half ago, I think it was. And she's basically done a load of miles on it, and she never bought it back. Because I did warn her, I said, look, it's going to need a new timing belt soon. So after you've done 10,000 miles, bring it back or whatever, and I'll sort it out for you. She never did that, and the timing belt has snapped. So we're going to investigate. We're going to find out. We're going to see the timing belt snapped. I think we're going to go down the route of taking the head off the top of the engine and seeing if we've got any bent valves. If we have, that's going to be the cheapest way for her to get this car back on the road, because she does like the car. She's a very, very elderly lady. Her son and her family all watch the videos, all watch me doing what. So it's very, very honest. I'm going to show everything so they can see it, you can see it, what I'm changing, what I'm doing, and yeah, just try and get this car back on the road. Let me bring it in. I'm probably going to stick it, not on the ramp, I'm probably going to stick it over this side of the workshop, not over there, because that'll just, I want to stick it over here, this side, because then that way it can stay here whilst we're taking the head off, and then once the head's off, it can stay there whilst we're getting the repairs done or changing the engine, whatever's got to be done, and that frees up that ramp area over there for other cars, other jobs, other little thing that comes in. So this is where I'm going to put it. So bear with me. I'm going to bring it in. We're going to have a quick look at it, and then we're going to get stuck into this head and this timing belt. So let's do this. Right, okay, guys. Here we go. We have got this Peugeot 207 in the workshop. This is the one with the snapped timing belt. And yeah, she's had some silly quotes somewhere else. So I don't really know which way we're going to do it yet. But I think, you know, let's just strip it down. So 1.4 petrol. I think the best way to do this is to strip it down. Let me just put this up. That's it. Get to the timing belt cover. Remove. It looks like someone's already tried to another garage. Oh, there's a screw. So yeah, another garage has already has removed it to check, and I think they've noticed it. You know, they've kind of seen that it is, because these bolts were just sitting in there loose. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this out. I don't think I'm going to be able to, am I? No, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do that. Oh, maybe. Hold on. Hold on 2 seconds. Let me get a doodah. Let me get this quickly, just to undo this. Pull this wire off of there. And you might. Is that off? Oh, that's it. That's want to come off now. And then we might be able to. Yep. So there we go. That is strange. It seems like it's connected still, which is a bit weird. Let's have a look, see what's going on. So I can see. That's weird. The belt is still connected. How strange is that? Right, okay. Well, the belt, it's got a bit of tension on it. It's not a lot. Maybe it's jumped. Maybe it's not snapped. She was told that it was snapped. But maybe it's not, and it's jumped, and it's just a tensioner. Huh. Right. Okay. We're going to have to do a bit more investigating. So, let me set myself up. I'm going to jack the car up, put it on axle stands, take the wheel off, take the wheel arch liner out, support the engine from underneath, get this engine mount removed, and then we can actually see, I think there's a cover on it, and then we're going to strip it down a little bit more, because I want to see this belt, because they said it was snapped, but to me, that don't look like it has. Maybe it's the tensioner that's gone. Okay. Right. So, guys, let me get set up, and I want to strip this down a bit, and we'll go from there, and then I'll come back and I'll explain and show you what I found. Interesting. Let's do this. Right, okay, so guys, let me show you what I found. So we haven't got a snapped belt as such, but we've still got a timing belt problem. Now, let me just try and get you right down there. If I can show you, right down there, you can just see there, at the end, the teeth is missing from the belt. So, and all the teeth off the belt are here, look, on there. And they're everywhere. They're in the cover as well, you can see. So all these little pieces is basically, yeah, basically the teeth are shredded off the belt, and that's what's jumped, basically, the timing on the engine. So the bottom of the engine is not lined up with the top of the engine. So I've spoke to two other mechanics, and they've both said exactly the same thing. They've done tons and tons of these. The only way to do it is to take the head off and check to see if any valves have bent. That's the only way to do it. So that's exactly what we're going to do, guys. I'm going to carry on, get this belt off out the way because it's just doing nothing. And then I'm going to take some pictures and then start stripping the whole thing down so we can get this head off. Both mechanics have said, have said basically it's not that bad. It's pretty easy. So let's see if it is. So let's continue. I'll set you up. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys. So there we go. The head is off. Yeah, it always looks like this because you've got the water channels and the packets of water channels and that running mixed with oil that's dripped off the head. It always looks like this, but at first glance, I thought, oh no. It's actually burnt through the actual gasket, but it's not. As I lift it, that is part of it. So you can see now that that's part of the actual gasket, head gasket. I'm going to get a new one, I've got to be honest. There's no point trying to get this one fitted, you know what I mean? Because we've gone this far. When you go this far, you've really got to go and replace the bits so the head bolts are all going to be replaced, head gasket, all that stuff really. But looking at the actual cylinders, the pistons, sorry, can you see there's like little markings? See those little markings there? Look, there, 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 there. You see that? And they're on all 4 of them. They're on all of them. And that is where the actual the valves on the head has kissed because it's out of time. So yeah, it is what it is. You know, that's what's happened. But let me show you the head. It's in a right mess, right state, this head. But it's, you know, normal stuff really. When you take off this kind of oil, just gets everywhere. It needs a very good clean. Very good clean. But what we're looking for really is to see if the valves have bent. I'm assuming because you've got that kiss on the cylinders, they are going to be bent a little bit. So let me just put something. I'll put something to hold it. Let me just turn it upside down quickly. That's the trouble with this. Is it makes so much mess. So yeah. So now you can see where I'm talking about. Look, where it's hit here and here. It's hit on all of them. It's not not major. Like this one here is obviously because you can tell it's hit because it's got rid of the carbon on the actual valve. Do you know what I mean? They're not necessarily going to be all bent, but we've got to check to see which ones need to be replaced and which ones are okay, basically. And it's, you know, this is all just all carbon build up, you know. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this to the machine shop to make sure it doesn't need to skim. So we'll get that done. We're obviously going to check and replace any valves that are bent as well. Replace the head gasket, you know, and replace all those bits and pieces as well. I'm trying if I can see. See, I can see the valves up there. Can you see the valve there? But it will be probably, they're quite a solid, they're quite a thick valve actually. That'll be really hard to bend, that valve. Really hard to bend. They're quite thick. But I suppose the end of the valve bends rather than the length of them, if you know what I mean. So the connector bit that connects to the top of the valve, that will probably twist or buckle a little bit. So yeah, they definitely don't look even on all 4 of them. Look at the gaps are just horrendous. Like that one there is horrendous. So I reckon definitely that one's bent. Definitely. Possibly that one. I don't know. The only thing I can try and do is take this over to a mechanic as well. Let him have a look at it and see what he says. But I think he's going to say, just strip it down and replace them all. That's what I think he's going to say. But yeah, at least we're getting the head off. So let me get this over to the machine shop and the mechanic as well. And I'm going to show him, see what he says. And then I will come back to you and let you know what the result is and what we're going to do, the plan of action. So I'll see you soon. Right, okay, guys, I am back from the mechanics and the engineering shop that I just took this to. Yeah, basically, they're all saying the same thing. Like, these valves need to be replaced, all of them, not just 1 or 2, just replace them all. If we're going to do it, we're going to do all of them. The engineering shop are going to skim the actual head, clean it all up, and they're going to reset new valves for me in place and then all I've got to do is replace the head gasket, which is here. And he did say is that if it didn't go, this head gasket was the next thing to blow through. You can see it's going through there like that. So not in great condition. So we're doing all this work. We're putting the new head gasket on. We're doing that as well. We're putting a new timing belt. It should be a great running little engine once we're finished. But a lot of work. So I've ordered the kit. It comes with a head gasket. Comes with head bolts, new head bolts, new gaskets like this exhaust gasket. Comes with that. Comes with the valves. Comes with the stem seals. It comes with the whole kit basically to redo and get this job done. So we've got a little bit of cleaning to do, and we've got these new old valves to get out. So I'm going to set you up on the tripod. Let's get some work done on this, and then we'll just see how far we get. So let's do this. Right, okay. Well, guys, that is all stripped down. Basically, the head is now ready to go to the machine shop, get a skim, and they're actually going to set... I'm going to give them the valves and all these bits and pieces, and they're going to set that in place. They can't set this in place because you have to do that when you put the head bolts down. So they can't do that. It's anything they can't do, but they'll do everything else for me. Including the stem seals as well. So you've got these little stem seals, they sit over there. So I've got new ones of them coming, and they'll get that sorted out. But let me show you this head gasket, because if this wasn't the cause of the, why it's here, but it wasn't long. I've got to be honest, it wouldn't have taken much longer before this is a head gasket failure. That that would have been the next job. So we're getting that done as well. But let me show you these valves, because my God, they are bent. Look at that. They are so bad. So yeah, they are really bent. So yeah, there we go. Well, that's the actual head. Like I said, it's prepped, ready for the machine shop. So I'll take that over there. They'll give that a skim, clean it all up, get the valves in, pressure test it, all that sort of stuff. I'll leave all that to them. It's not a lot more money, I've got to be honest, than just skimming. So yeah, that's that. Right, now I want to turn my attention to the actual block and get all this cleaned up as well. We've got all this gasket stuff to clean up as well. This is just this ain't a gasket that you sit around. It's actually like a tube gasket you have to put on. So that needs cleaning up as well. We'll clean all that up. And I think if we've got time, I'm going to take the water pump off in there as well, because we have got a new Dayco timing belt kit with the water pump. So yeah, let's get that out of the way. Do as much as we can until we have to sort of stop, basically. Can't do no more on this one for now. So let's continue. Let's do this. Okay, made a bit of a mess, guys. Coolant everywhere. But water pump changed. Nice new Dayco water pump there. And this is the old one. So, you know, it's not, the water pump wasn't the problem here. Definitely the problem was obviously the belt or the tensioner. And the belt teeth gave way. So, but at least the top of the actual head looks pretty clean now. A little bit more. I want to do a little bit more cleaning, but so much better. Just a little bit more down, a little bit. Just not too mad, but just ready to receive the new head gasket, basically. So there we go. I've kind of run out of time today. That's all I can get done. We've done absolute loads on this so far. This head is ready. I'll get this to the machine shop once the parts turn up. I've got to wait for all the parts. Got to wait for all the new valves to turn up. So once all the parts turn up, guys, get this to the machine shop, and then it'll be a couple of days for that. And then once that's back, we will jump back on this one. So we're not going to see this car. We're not going to work on this for about a week, I think, probably. And then I'm not even going to fit the timing belt. It's no, I can't fit none of the timing belt stuff or nothing. So that can all stay like that. All I wanted to get was the water pump in place, and that is now done. So, yeah, what do we think so far? Is this really worth doing? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure it's worth doing, because even though I'm not going to massively overcharge the customer for this, there is still cost, involved. So, what do you think? Do you really think it's worth doing because of the car and the age? I think it's got a little bit of sentimental value, this car now, for the customer. So I really think she wants it done. But I'll get it done. Don't get me wrong. I'll get this all sorted out for us, get it running, and then she's got a car back. But it's just whether or not you think it's worth it. Some people won't think it's worth it, and then some people think it might be worth it. Depends really what it costs in overall for them. But yeah, quite a bit of work for me. So there we go. Right, that is going to be the end of today's video, guys. Don't forget, drop me a comment, let me know what you think, give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. See you soon.